Good morning, everybody. This is Humble Discussions back again with another mind boggling and something to think about after you listen or watch this video. You will be left to question about everything Man United right now. I mean, it's a good thing to have questions, so that we raise the questions and the manager or the club answers us back. So, uh, what as fans we want is the club to do well. Just like in a democratic country, we have a ruling party and we have an opposition party. Not like we're the opposition parties to the club. We are in the same party, but if we don't raise questions, if we don't make our voices heard, if we don't go ahead and try to convey our messages and ask if something is happening and why is it happening in that way, and why not the other, or what is the benefit of having this over that, then there is no point being fans. We just be a bunch of robots. Go in for the game, go to the Trafford, watch the game. Yay, we scored a goal. Oh, we lost, and come back home. So we'll have no emotions. We'll have no connection with the club. So what I feel is to voice out our so-called opinions, our emotions is very important. You might be a fan of any club, so if you're not passionate about them, if you're not uh, raising questions, if you're not if you don't have an opinion, I don't think you're passionate enough. And for me, I am a really passionate person. I have questions. I am very intrigued by the ideas of the coaches, the managers, the club. I'm very intrigued by the idea of Glazers out right now. I am also very intrigued by the idea of the starting lineups that the manager has been putting in front of us for the last 4 games. Uh, Successful. Everything that he has touched till now after the first 2 games, after the bold decisions that he has made, has turned to gold. And I myself am really happy. I did have questions of not of him not selecting Ronaldo. I did have questions of him not starting Rashford on the left. I did have questions of him about why is Elanga on the pitch instead of Ronaldo. I did have questions of why Casemiro is on the bench for 2 games straight and Mctominay is starting, and why is this Casemiro getting 12 minutes of game time for the 2 games straight, even though he had the practice that the coach was looking for. Why did Anthony just suddenly come up and show up in the team, in even though he had missed preseason and he did not train as much as Ten-Hag says he would like the team to train in a certain way. So I have all these questions. We'll get into Casemiro and McTominay. That is what the video is all about. But one thing that I want to ask, even in my build-up video, I wanted to be proved wrong when I said Rashford is going to start on the left or right, wherever. Left, right. That is the preferred position that we all want to see Rashford play. He thrives there. I don't think he's a center forward. I still don't think he's a center forward. After yesterday's nice performance, I still don't think he's a center forward, because whatever the runs and everything he got was from the left, right? The blistering pace from the angled run from the left was enough to win us the game. But if Anthony can come in and start ahead of Elanga, what was the idea behind it? Because when Ten-Hag says something in a press conference that game time, preseason time, knowing the gameplay time, because what Ten-Hag is doing currently, firstly, is not his style of game. What United are doing right now is not his style of game. So Anthony coming in and just starting in front of whoever was starting, I think it was Elanga. Elanga was starting, right? Anthony coming in and starting in front of Elanga suddenly raised questions about favoritism, right? I am not raising those questions. Those questions are there on social media, or people or fans I talk to and I listen to, and they raise the questions about why did Ten Hag start Anthony, even though he's still contradicting the question. So Ten Hag answered this by saying that he needed Anthony's space, and the players that he already had were not the best playing on the right wing, which I completely agree. I wanted Anthony to start from minute one, so I have no fucking problem with Anthony starting on the right wing. He should start. I really, as a fan and as the quality and as what I see, if the player is not injured or not fit, I don't see Anthony getting benched even for a minute. He should start from minute one, at least over Elanga. Whatever the condition may be, whatever the situations may be, if there is no fitness issue, I don't see a point where you bench Anthony over Ilanga, right? So you started Anthony, that was great. Now the whole idea and the questions comes up where he says that game time and preseason and an idea of game. So there is another question that is being raised. I also raised that question as to, if you say if a player fits your idea of your style, right? Why has Anthony suddenly come up and fit in your style? Because the style that you're currently looking to, or the style that you're currently implementing, is not the style you played at Ajax, is not the style that you implemented at Ajax, because right now we are a counter-attacking team and no one can deny that. We can see that out and out. We can see that you are a counter-attacking team. So this is not what Ajax was like. Ajax was 70% possession, 20-25 shots on target, 20-25 shots on goal, maybe 10-15 on target. That was Ajax. So Anthony fit in that play style, right? He came in and he's suddenly a counter-attacking player. I don't get that, right? I don't understand that. But that being said, I am very happy with all the results that he has delivered right now. Anthony coming in and scoring his debut goal, I was ecstatic. I really love Anthony going, berserk, and I would want him to do that. He tried to, chip the ball to over Ramsdale. That was also great from, I think, somewhere around the mid pitch, right? That was also good, and I would hope that he gets that freedom and tries to do more outrageous things, because that is how you learn. That is how you exploit certain teams. That is how you improve as a player, by making mistakes and by being outrageous sometimes, because that I am a firm believer in, if you don't make mistakes, you don't improve. So and I don't think that was a mistake. I think that was a very cheeky play, but somewhere here and there his shots need to improve. Even I told it in my video where what to expect from Anthony, that his shots are a bit outrageous, wayward sometimes. So that those things will improve, of course, over time. Me being happy with that, the entire part of this conversation will be about why Ten-Hag's press conferences do not match his ideas. Ten-Hag's press conferences never matched his ideas, right? So we know what to expect from him. His press conferences will never be on point. It will not be on point, and that is what we'll have to be okay with as fans. And that is a good thing, I must say, because his press conferences are very misleading at times. He will say things like his game style, this player fits, that player fits, and etc. etc. But just like that, you will see that someone else is starting, and you'll be caught off in a surprise. And if you are the opponent manager or the opponent team, you'll be caught in a moment of surprise, and you would not do what to do. You will not know what to do. So people were expecting Anthony not to start. Arteta was expecting Anthony not to start. He started. So the difference in strategies did come into play. But before even he could do something with the team, Anthony scored a goal. I mean, he has time to figure things out before the start of the game. At least a couple of hours, he would know who's starting, who's not. But then again, a couple of hours of thinking about a player will not be enough to implement a certain amount of strategy to stop him, or develop a counter strategy on what to do, what not to do. So if you have a week's time to know what the manager is going to do, then it's great. If not, then it's kind of difficult. It gets difficult to implement it in a larger scale. So full credits to Ten-Hag for that. Right now, as fans, what we should know now as to what to expect with Casemiro and Mctominay again. This is a very important topic as to why is a Champions League player benched over Mctominay. Ten-Hag answered this question again by saying that Casemiro is not very well equipped right now. He's not ready to adapt to his style of game that he's playing at Man United. I kind of agree, right? Because I have to agree because we're getting the results. That's it. If we were not winning, I would not have agreed. We are winning, I have to agree, I have to bow down, I have to respect whatever he's bringing into the club. If he can make a player like Mctominay perform, dude, that will be insane, dude. Like, at least the problem right now with the fan base is McTominay, Maguire, Delo, which is so garbage last season. We're so garbage. Absolutely out of the place. Not at all worthy of wearing the Man United shirt, at least for the last one and a half, 2 seasons, right? They were absolutely disgraceful, right? But now they have a chance at redemption. Maguire still had that, he still threw it away. So I'm not going to consider Maguire in the discussion. McTominay started to do well, and the problem right now is he was so garbage that if he puts up an average or above, just borderline above average game, we think that he's astounding, phenomenal, right? We think that, and we know that. Like, we know that for a fact that, you know, what I do at my, sometimes when I'm driving with my father in a car, and I'm playing some hard rock pump music, and he asks me to lower the volume. What I do is I increase the volume just as he said to lower the volume, right? And then I decrease it to the same that it was already there. So if the volume is at 25, whenever he says please lower the volume, what I do is I go to 35 and lower it back to 25. So the thing is, the idea behind this is that if you're already garbage, right? For the 1.5, 2 seasons, if you give a minimal decent performance, people start thinking that you're absolutely out of the box, mind-blowing player, the new Zidane and stuff like that. I'm not saying that McTominay is playing like a Zidane or something, or he's underperforming and still getting his chances. I'm not saying that. I am saying none of the statements either way are true. I'm just saying he's been playing decent, he's been doing what he's asked to, and he's giving us performances. And is that enough to bench Casemiro? Is that enough for him to start in front of Casemiro? I would not know that, because the manager sees the players out and out in training and everywhere else. He's in touch with the players. He knows what the training drills are like. He knows what to expect from Casemiro. He knows what to expect from he knows what to expect from McTominay. He says that McTominay is playing really well. That is what he added on the other thing. Scott McTominay is playing really well, right? He's playing well. Well, I'm pretty sure he hasn't watched the last season of McTominay. I'm sure, because he said in a press conference that the last season I did try to watch a few games here and there, but that's the last season. They have to work on the present. That's what he said. I remember when he came in during the start of the season, he was not really concerned about last season's videos. But I'm sure he must have seen it in his alone time. He knows what he can expect of certain players. But the question still remains, is a decent or a above average performance still good enough to bench a Champions League winner like Casemiro? With the ideology of not fitting his game style. What is not fitting his game style? I don't know. I was really, my decision of my idea of Ronaldo coming in for Antony in the 60th minute yesterday was that we're not getting the ball, right? We are not getting the ball where we can feed Ronaldo, because for the 15 minutes that we had the ball in the second, that the game was on for in the second half, before Ronaldo came in, we had ball for like 40 seconds or 50 seconds. And I am not joking. For the 15 minutes, you can go back, replay the match, and you can see we only had the ball for 40 to 45, 50 seconds. And that includes the fucking goal kicks and everything, okay? We never had the ball. And as soon as Ronaldo came in, we conceded. So I have a question. I had a question back then. Why are you bringing Ronaldo when you're not even playing for the ball? When you don't even know that if you're going to get the ball or not. We still had half an hour. I understand we would have pressed and we would have tried to win it. But the 15 minutes was very questionable kind of gameplay from United, right? And the entire idea completely flipped when I saw the brilliance in Ten-Hag's tactics, where he implemented Ronaldo, and they saw that Ronaldo's pace will not be a matter of concern, because Antony if he's running, it might be a concern. So they started defending above the center half for some reason. I don't know. Is that even a line? Is that even a high line to defend? I don't know. Should at least wherever they were caught off guard, they were defending way ahead of their line. So they thought that they cannot. Ronaldo will not be a problem. The Ronaldo space will not be a problem, and that exactly hit them. They started defending high line. We caught them on the break. One through ball, second through ball, goal. Same thing happened again. One through ball. Eriksen started running. Pass to Rashford. Goal. The angled run of Rashford from the left proved to be vital. And that was insane tactics from Ten-Hag. And Arteta couldn't handle it. That is what happened. So the tactics, the minuscule decisions that he took and the minuscule ideas that he implemented, the split-second decision-making that a manager needs to do in these big games, after seeing what his team is doing on the pitch, where they could not get the ball, even though they want to, I don't know, because they would want to play dominating football, because that is the Ten Hag style of football, right? But not the one that I decoded, which is fucking counter-attacks. It's not that, right? So if that was the case, why, if that is the case, there was a huge, oh my god, that was level 999999 kind of substitution where Ronaldo came in and things changed just like that, and we scored a couple of goals and there was no chance of Arsenal coming back. They never even had a proper chance of scoring. One Odegaard chance here and there. That's it. They had half chances, no full chances. They didn't get any full chances, and we won the game, right? So that was tactical genius from Ten Hag anyway. So my question was, why would you bring Ronaldo then when you're not getting the ball and try to win the ball to get and get Casemiro in? So that answers my questions for his tactical, geniuses and decisions that he took, where he wanted to bring in Ronaldo to just catch them off guard and say that his pace will not be a problem, and we scored. Whereas I was thinking as an amateur of why are they not bringing in Casemiro and why bring in Ronaldo, because there's no point. Why are they not bringing Casemiro and try to win the ball? Try to, get one or two sliding tackles in and win the ball and, play a normal dominating kind of football, try to get back possession and increase the fucking 10% possession to, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40, I don't know. Maybe that was the idea behind, but I was completely outclassed. And these are the things that we as, fans will not know until the game is finished and we try to think about these kind of situations that can arise in a football pitch, because it's out of my comprehension. So the question again comes back to, are all those reasons still enough for Casemiro to be benched over McTominay? My opinion will be, give Casemiro a couple of starts and see how it goes. I know it might be a risk, which will affect your game style. I mean, Ten Hag's game style, which I still don't think is fully implemented. We need a lot of work that needs to be done on the proper gaming style, because we cannot be sitting with 10% and 15% possession and keep winning games and hope to keep winning games and hope we click in every fucking game. We cannot. I don't know. Oh my god, we have beaten Liverpool, Arsenal, anything can happen. I want to say that, but proper football, we need to somewhere be doing proper football, right? We cannot just, even when Leicester City won the Premier League, they were playing proper football for the majority of the league, right? They were doing good. They were playing good football. They were not only catching teams off guard, and Vardy was just not only running and being at the end of a ball and scoring goals. That was happening, but there was good football. Mahrez, Kante, they were doing really good with holding the ball, finding possession, dribbling past, feeding the ball. These all things were a mixture of things that happened throughout the league, which resulted them to go ahead and win the league, right? Same with United. If you had to win the league, there are things that need to fall in places. One of them is completely sorted, where we can catch teams on break. We can catch the top teams on break, and we have proven that. We have proven by catching Liverpool on the break. We have proven by catching Arsenal on the break. So we can catch top teams on the break, right? So we can do that. Now the next things that need to be sorted is how to keep possession, because I'm sure somewhere down the line this season we'll find that way of playing possession football. We'll find the way of playing dominating football. We'll find a way of playing good football, right? Again, at the end of the day, the results on top left or top right matters. I am a firm believer. Even if you're playing trashy football, we're winning 3-1. I will take that any day. But in a league, you cannot just expect that to happen every day. So good football is somewhere necessary to win you the league or win you proper trophies. And that is what I expect of the club, and that is what I expect of our coach, our players, and everyone else involved, right? So the question will still be a question till Casemiro starts. Is that enough? Whatever McTominay is doing, is that enough for him to get starts ahead of Casemiro? Or will we see both Casemiro and McTominay at some point in time, which will be a great addition, I feel, to the team. But I don't think Eriksen will be benched because he's doing phenomenally well. He's been added. He's been an added bonus in our defensive midfield responsibilities, where he can play from just before the defense line, just above the defense line, and still look for balls and catch teams on breaks, and make through balls, make plays, these kind of things, low balls and stuff, where he can do those things. But if ever Casemiro gets a start, he will 100% get a start in the next 3-4 games, wherever he gets a start. I want to see the idea of Casemiro. Where is he being implemented? What's his exact role? And is he getting implemented in place of maybe Bruno, or is McTominay going to be is Ten-Hag going to replace McTominay for Casemiro? That will be really great to watch, and I'll be really happy to see McTominay doing well, because as much as I love to criticize players, I really love to praise them as well. I have no agenda kind of thing. If Rashford is doing well, he's doing well off the left, right, he should be praised. He was garbage last season, so he got the stick. He's doing well from the last, at least did well yesterday. He's got the goals. He's still way past his best, but he's still doing it, scoring goals. That is what we need. So if he's doing that game in and game out, if he's thriving from a certain position, and the manager can see that and capitalize on that in the next game, that will be huge for the team. And if you're playing well, you'll always get a praise from the fans. That is what Man United fans are about to. We'll talk about Harry Maguire and his chances of coming back into the team, if he can scrape his way back into the team, in the next video. But right now it was McTominay and Casemiro. So that is what my final idea and final thoughts about it is, that if McTominay is being an above average player, just borderline above average, is that enough? Is that enough to not start Casemiro? I'm not saying he's just doing above average. He's doing well for himself. He's doing well. We have never seen his full potential. I have at least never seen it. No one has seen it. What exactly his full potential is. We were doubtful that even if he had a full potential kind of a game in him, but he's trying to show it. He's trying to show glimpses of good football. I hope that stays. I hope he doesn't keep suplexing people here and there. We don't commit stupid fouls and lose a player for that, and subsequently lose a game. That doesn't happen. But I hope the performance only gets higher from here. If it keeps getting higher and he keeps getting selected, I will have no problems in Casemiro keep getting benched. I will have no problem, because now I have made peace with the fact that Ronaldo somewhere, somehow fits in a certain position, and that position only for a Ten-Hag kind of a game. I have no problem accepting that. I can see it, and all my questions are kind of answered. But again, if McTominay can also do the same thing, I will be happy, and there will be no questions. And as long as the fans have no questions, the club is doing really well, right? So I hope the questions thing end, and we are here to analyze things and celebrate and shout about how Man United will win the league. Thank you guys. This is me signing out from Humble Discussions. We will see you in the next video very soon, where I think I would want to make a video on Harry Maguire, if his chances of getting back into the team are, if at all, viable or not. Take care, guys. Have a great Monday.